YouTube family, happy Saturday. Welcome back to Charmin's Kitchen. Hope everybody's having a good start of the day so far. Let me know what you're having for breakfast. I have half a cup of raisins and I'm going to be sharing an old Guyanese recipe with you all. And this is something that my mom shared with me that her mom used to make for them. And I would like to share it with my kids and also my YouTube family. So first of all, I am chopping up some raisins. And I want to go as finely as I can with the raisins. To have them in small pieces so they can distribute evenly in our mixture. And we can have them in every bite. So the recipe that we're going to be making today is called sweet bake. And I know a lot of you had this growing up, sweet bake. And I am very excited for my kids to try it. So I'm going to keep chopping these raisins. You can add your raisin in whole, but I like when mine is finely chopped. So after chopping up my raisins, I just want to show all my ingredients that I'm using for this sweet bake. I have some nice brown sugar. White sugar can work as well. Some baking powder, cinnamon powder, nutmeg of course, and I'm going to be adding some puree fruits. This is optional, but I just want to add that little bit of extra fruits in there to make it a real rich sweet bake. And I have my all-purpose flour and some room temperature water. So let's get down into mixing all this goodness together. I'm going to go in the flour and add my baking powder. I'm going to add my cinnamon powder. Let me put it right here. I'm gonna go in with the brown sugar. Ah, look at that, so cute. Raisins. We're gonna add freshly grated nutmeg. Now you guys will know that I'm a big fan of nutmeg. For baking or sweet stuff, it really enhances your dish. And we'll go in and add our puree fruits. And I'm using some Tandy's puree fruits because that's what I have handy. I will leave all the measurement and ingredients I'm using today in the description box below. So we're gonna go in now and we'll mix everything in. It smells so nice, like Christmas. Really nice. You know, I'm gonna do a smart thing and take the sugar and add it to the water I'm gonna be kneading the dough with. So it will melt quicker, and I'm gonna leave some in here because the sugar will really help the bake to have a nice crunchiness on the outside and a sweetness to the bake that you will really enjoy. It is great for a breakfast, a snack, and kids love it anytime. So while we're mixing our bake, I want to shout out a happy birthday to Stacy C, a very busy mom of 3 little boys and a very loving, kind person. Stacy, we hope you had an amazing birthday. She celebrated her birthday on January the 25th. And we wish you many, many more happy birthdays to come. We would also like to wish Rena's brother a happy belated birthday, who celebrated his birthday on January the 25th as well. And a happy Belated birthday going out to Lorna's daughter, who celebrated her birthday January the 27th. So anyone who is watching and you have a family or a friend or someone who's celebrating a birthday, we would like to wish them a happy birthday with many more happy birthdays to come. If you're celebrating an anniversary or any celebration at all, we would like to wish you a happy, happy one. Leave in the comments and let me know what you all are having for your breakfast this morning. I don't always get to share breakfast recipes because my Sundays are church mornings, and the only time I get to make a nice, good homemade breakfast is on Saturdays or when I'm off from work. So we're gonna go in here now and mix the flour together with some water, the sugar water, to make a dough. And at this point here, I will go in with my hands. This smells so nice, so nice. And you're forming it to a dough texture, just like when you're making the regular bake. So when they say sweet bake, you know exactly that this one have some raisins and a lot more sugar than the regular bake. Big shout out to my mom, because she always tell me beautiful stories of her mom, who used to be a great cook and made a lot of different snacks and beautiful food for them. My mom says that I'm just like her mom. Her mom always liked to make and cook different things. My mom is also a great cook, and anything she make, it always turns out amazing. So I guess we have the cooking genes in our blood. So we're gonna go in nicely and knead it. It smells just like a cross buns. Little bit more of water. You wanna make sure that you're adding a little bit at a time, so you're not putting too much water in there, and then you will have to end up adding more flour. But if you ever get into that situation, don't worry or don't panic, because you can always fix it by adding a little bit more of flour if your dough is too soft. And if your dough is stiff, it's very easy to fix it. You just keep adding little bit water at a time, and you're gonna end up with a nice soft dough. So this one have enough water. Now I just have to mix everything in and make sure that all the dried flour is completely pulled into the dough. So now that I finished kneading the dough, look how beautiful this dough is. Very nice. And it smells amazing with the spices. I'll cover it down with a tea towel, leave it in a nice warm place, and I'll come back to it after about 15 to 20 minutes. You can go ahead and start frying them off, but I just want it to rest so all that ingredients can really marry in and becomes very nice and flavorful in the dough before we start frying them up. Look how much snow we still have today. It is cold, so the snow is not melting. And look at my flower pots. They look like cone cups. Look on the fence and the little house at the back there. The backyard is covered. White. So check out my beautiful sweet baked dough. Look how nice it looks, like a loaf of bread. So I'm gonna go in and cut it in 3 pieces, and then we will start the nice part of it. So I'm gonna leave these two. We're gonna roll this off nicely and we're gonna flatten it just like when we're making bake. And we're gonna nicely roll this dough out. I just wanna show how beautiful it is with the color of the cinnamon and the color of the pureed fruits. It is absolutely beautiful to look at. So I'm gonna go about 1/2 inch thickness. We don't wanna make it too thin or too thick. And then I'm gonna start frying. You can make individual bakes or you can make them just like when we're making regular bake and cut them into small pieces. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna cut them back and I'll make smaller ones. You can go in with your dough cutter and I am just gonna make some small ones. I'll cut this in half and then I'll go back and make these into 2 pieces so we have them into very nice size bake. So I'm gonna show another one how I'm rolling it off. Usually when I'm making bake, I like to roll off about 2 or 3. So while I'm frying, I don't have to stop to roll off and cut again. Look how beautiful these ones are. A lot of that raisins and the puree fruit is popping up everywhere. Imagine how delicious this is gonna taste. So now we're gonna add our baked pieces to the hot oil and we're gonna fry these up until they're nice and have a perfectly brown color on both sides. I'm frying one at a time because I want them to cook well and not to be clustered in the pan. I just like to press them down like this so they can cook on both sides. And if you notice, they're swelling up nicely when you do that. And once it swells up a little, you flip it on the other side. And then if you're not satisfied with the color it has, you can also flip it back one more time and fry it up some more. So here is our breakfast this morning. We have here our delicious looking sweet bake. You can see all the fruits and the raisins just popping up and I have that beautiful brown color from the spices. It smells so good in here. And I have here some sliced apples, some cheese, and I have some strawberry jam. If you like your sweeter, you can have a little bit of jam. You can have this with peanut butter, you can have it with marmalade, some cheese, or anything of your choice. It's amazing on its own just like that. But you can hype it up and add whatever you like. I have some oranges. I'm gonna sit down with a nice warm cup of tea and let you all know how this tastes. So I have my spread here and everybody's not ready yet, but I wanna taste it when it's nice and warm. So I'm gonna go in for one of these and they're very, look at that. Still warm, but nice and soft. And I'm gonna go in for a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna go in nicely and open up one. And you can see that they have some raisin there. Look at that, nice and fluffy in the inside. I'm gonna go in for a little bit of the strawberry jam. It's already sweet, but just like when you're having like a waffle, you can go in and add some extra sweetness. And to all the viewers, the first bite always goes from you. Sister Donna, big shout out to you. I know you're gonna like this recipe. So soft. And so fluffy. And it tastes like a Timbits, like a donut kind of texture on the outside, and very nice and soft and fluffy in the inside. And you can bite into that raisin. If you never had sweet bake before, I hope you'll give it a try. It is very delicious and very nice and satisfying for a breakfast. I'm gonna go in with piece cheese. So who like theirs on the salty side? Look at that. Cheese, and this is a nice combination. A little bit of saltiness with a little bit of sweetness from the bacon. Look at that. Oh my God. Happy Saturday, everyone. I'm so happy. It really goes nice with the cheese. A little bit of the saltiness and sweet. But I have to taste piece on its own to give you guys a review of the bake on its own. So the outside is just like when you fry bake, and it have that nice little crust on the outside. It's so nice and fluffy in the inside and full with the raisins and that pureed fruit. Really nice on its own with a nice warm cup of tea. Cheers, everyone. My tea is really hot. Amazing. So we're gonna sit down and have our breakfast. Let me know what you had for breakfast today. Until then, I want to say stay blessed, stay safe. If you like this recipe for sweet bake, please give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, we hope you'll consider subscribing soon. Until then, we want to say stay blessed, stay safe. Bye for now.